going on?
Thank you so much.
Pay like $1 million.
Shout out TMZ, you up?
Let me check out that rig.
TMZ stands for the Mayweather Zone.
How'd you find me, bro? I got my disguise on.
I love my TMZ family.
Welcome to TMZ Sports. Babcock here. The Los Angeles Dodgers are one loss away from losing the 2025 World Series. And Drake, one of the biggest celebrity Blue Jays fans in the world, is trolling the Dodgers and trolling their best player in Shohei Otani. So, look, you go back to Tuesday night, and as the Dodgers win a thrilling 6-hour, 39-minute game against the Blue Jays, I think a lot of people said at that point, okay, I think this series is over. Well, all the Blue Jays have done since then is win 2 games in a row. They're now heading back to Toronto, 1 win away for the Toronto Blue Jays. I guess Drake didn't want to wait, Ed, until the series was over. He said, I'm gonna start trolling them. Boy, he better hope that the Blue Jays don't lose this series. But funny stuff, as long as they win.
It's a risky move considering the amount of force he took on these. So after the Dodgers lose, Drake goes onto his Instagram stories and he posts not 1 but 2 photos going after Shohei Otani. The first is kind of an embarrassing photo of Shohei a little bit. It's him in like a sweater vest and he looks kind of like a dork. And of course that's the reason Drake is posting it, and he captioned it 1 more with 7 exclamation points. I think it's perhaps not a coincidence that there's 7-game series, but that wasn't enough though. In the second slide, he posted a picture of Trey Yesavage, striking out Shohei Otani and writing "Savage already on the way to the dugout, boss, LOL." So 2 very embarrassing moments for Shohei. Going after the star player is certainly a choice, especially when Yamamoto is on the mound Friday night. Drake seems to be a little bit all in here.
Right. Yamamoto, who has already pitched a brilliant game in this series. People this week were saying that Shohei Otani was the best baseball player ever. So Drake is going at again, an absolutely legendary figure in Otani. Drake is known. He's known to be a curse in sports. We've seen it. How many teams has he rooted for, that have then gone on to lose? It's not crazy to think that the Dodgers, who are stacked, pitching, the lineup is a nightmare, that they could win 2 games. Fine, the Blue Jays are a really good team. The Dodgers can still win this series. And if they lose this series, Drake is never, ever, ever going to hear the end of it. But as we sit here right now again, Thursday is an off night. Game 6, Toronto on Friday night. The Dodgers, they win or the season is over.
Cold red. They done caught me slipping. I need to know turkey or no turkey. And I ain't talking about no cheese sandwich. This some real bro. Call your little bro back. Put all the other in the past.
They don't like that. Hang up the phone, bro.
Let's go look. We got to look up some turkey. What's the flights? How much is the flight to Turkey? How far is Turkey from me?
On the jet?
Walking distance.
Let's see.
I feel like there's steps before Turkey.
I know. I don't think you're at Turkey.
Code Red. That was, of course, Boston Celtics star Jaylen Brown earlier this week calling LeBron James. LeBron didn't answer, but Jaylen Brown calling LeBron James. He needed some hair advice. Of course, everybody has nonstop this week has gotten on Jaylen Brown as his hairline has been rubbing off on opponents across the league, including OG Anunoby, Knicks star. Lucas, if you thought that this joke had run its course, that was over with Jaylen Brown making the phone call to LeBron, nope, not the case.
Please, this is going to follow him the rest of his career. But like we were saying on Wednesday, this is a masterclass in rolling with the punches. Jaylen Brown is in on the joke, but now also the entire Boston Celtics broadcast team is apparently, because Drew Carter was calling the game against the Cavs yesterday. We're not going to talk about the outcome of that game. It doesn't matter. But in the second quarter, Jaylen Brown had a nice little play. And after, there was a very savage line from Drew Carter. Check it out.
3-on-2. Brown the spin and the deuce. Good to see Jaylen Brown in transition. You always want to see your star player get some easy baskets. Went flying to the basket like he'll be flying to Turkey at some point this season. Oh, come on.
So there, if anyone doesn't know, there are places in Turkey that are famous for doing the hair transplants, hair procedures. And if you look at a flight to Turkey, it's just all middle-aged bald dudes who are going over there to get these procedures done. So that's the joke. Mojo, this guy, you could see him taking himself too seriously. He's an NBA superstar, makes a lot of money. He's an incredibly talented player. Like sometimes guys like that, they don't want to be made fun of. The fact that he has embraced this, Jaylen has himself, and he's now letting the announcers kind of get in on it. I don't know. I think this makes him so likable, in my opinion. And by the way, Mojo, hair expert, as you can see here, because his hair's looking beautiful. So
yeah, guys, I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, really. It should be a commercial. Wow.
Two just hair guys in the office. I don't know about Ed. His hair usually looks like a mess, but the rest of us, very big hair guys. Anyways, you got to love this by Jaylen Brown, right? It's absolutely fantastic. I honestly think there's going to be a massive hair endorsement deal coming of some kind. I don't know if it's going to be Head and Shoulders because he doesn't have the Troy Polamalu type do going. No, but somebody's going to be paying this man. Someone in Turkey is already talking to his agent right now. I bet any money in the world to set up that trip. I mean, that would be hysterical. Obviously, it's not going to happen during the season, right? Like they're going to have to wait until after season, and then they'll get him over on the party plane and showcase the 5-star hotels. He'll get the procedure done. He'll have like the crazy red lines across his forehead or whatever, like the guys get when you get that procedure done, because they always look nuts afterwards for, I want to say, like 2 to 3 weeks. So if he disappears after that, we'll know why. But that endorsement deal is coming. So he's just thinking with his brain right now, thinking with his wallet as well. So that makes a lot of sense to me. But yeah, I mean, people are going to like him. His street cred's up right now. He's probably going to be like more popular than he's ever been because of this line and leaning into it and having fun, going after LeBron. It's all great things. So it's how you make lemonade.
Former New York Giants quarterback Jesse Palmer very excited about his former team. The Bachelor host with a very good comparison for rookie running back Cam Scatterbo when TMZ Sports returns right after this. Welcome back to TMZ Sports. It's an interesting time, if nothing else, to be a New York Giants fan. They are 2-6. They are in last place in the NFC East, but they have undoubtedly two of the most exciting, albeit only with 3 good ankles at this point, but 2 of the most exciting rookie players in the entire league. So kind of what's the state of the union in New York right now for the G-Men? Well, we spoke with a guy who at one time was actual quarterback for the New York Giants, has gone on in retirement to have a ton of success because he's actually the host of the Bachelor series now. We're talking about Jesse Palmer. Jesse Palmer actually out in Los Angeles this week. He was doing an event with Raising Cane for Halloween. We were out there, one of our camera guys, Jake, and we asked him. We said, hey, you obviously, again, you were at one time quarterback for the team. You kind of, it was a backup, saw a lot of success in New York. What do you make of the team right now? Here's Jesse Palmer.
Obviously, everything Cam was doing offensively and the versatility and running the football and catching it and just sort of the attitude he brought. Exactly. I mean, he's somebody that, at least for me, sort of kind of that energy he infused reminds me of when he had Jeremy Shockey, his rookie year back when I was playing on the Giants, and someone that everybody just got so excited about. So obviously, really unfortunate with the injury, but I think for Giants fans, at least looking ahead with those 2 guys that they can build around, it's exciting times, I think, ahead for the Giants.
Quick take on Jackson Dart. Like, what do you see in this guy?
A lot of moxie, obviously a lot of ability and accurate, but you can see he's a guy that I think a lot of the players sort of rally around, and he just sort of has, whatever you call it, that it factor.
Yeah.
And that was a big move to trade up and get him, and it was one that I don't think a lot of people saw coming. But obviously the Giants did their research, and I think that's a focal piece of that team they can build around, and so I know a lot of people are pretty excited.
It's funny, Danny, you're probably too young. You are too young, not probably too young for this. But yeah. I remember when Jeremy Shockey, 2002, he's drafted out of Miami. First preseason game, he catches a pass, and he runs over 3 guys on the Texans team. It's a preseason game. It doesn't matter. That's exactly the feeling I got when Scadaboo, week 1 against the Commanders, I think he caught a screen pass, and he gained 2 yards. But he took on 3 tacklers. And in that moment, I was like, this guy is like Jeremy Shockey. And it does remind me of that sort of excitement. The two of them have transformed the feeling around the team, if nothing else.
I mean, like you said, they're 2-6. I mean, before he went down, and I've never been more excited to turn on the TV on Sunday.
Yeah, right?
I was trying to think, because like you said, I'm too young for Jeremy Shockey.
Yeah.
My guy was probably Odell Beckham was probably the closest of rookies ever come in and made me feel excited to watch Giants football. So that's why it's just horrible that we've already lost 2 in Neighbors, now Scadaboo. So that energy's kind of gone. But just knowing that next year that it will be back, and maybe with new coaches, whatever it is, the vibes will just be even higher.
Right. No, I could not agree more. I think, I'd watch every week because you just love the misery for some reason, but you felt like the Giants were going to lose. I think, especially before the injury to Scadaboo, you really felt like they could go in there at this point, and they couldn't beat anybody. Yeah. They've shown that. Obviously, we know what happened in Denver, and with the 33 points in the fourth quarter, as bad as that was, but to still go on the road, in an environment like that in Denver, and a team with such a ferocious defense, and to play the way they did, and a game they obviously should have won. I think it shows. They are 2-6, so no one's saying, hey, this is a Super Bowl team. I don't think anybody thinks that. But these 2 guys, in a matter of weeks, have completely changed the feeling around the New York Giants franchise. And I think there's a lot of excitement for next season, especially now finding out that as bad as that injury to Cam Scadaboo looked, that he should be back for next year. We hope the same thing with Malik Neighbors. Obviously, Jackson Dart, he is the guy. He is the franchise quarterback now. And for the first time in years in New York City, there is some hope around the New York Giants football team. Up next, CJ Stroud doing some good things on and off of the field in Houston. The Texans quarterback surprising a fan with a complete home makeover. We'll hear from the Houston Texans star when TMZ Sports rolls on right after this.
Welcome back to TMZ Sports. Lucas Widman here. The season of giving is right around the corner, but Houston Texans star quarterback CJ Stroud started it a little bit early this season thanks to teaming up with Ashley Furniture with an initiative called Delivering Dreams. Shannon, you actually had the privilege of speaking to the former number 2 overall pick all about this.
Yes, and he's a very good, nice guy, by the way. And yes, he teamed up with Ashley to do the Delivering Dreams initiative, which is basically the community comes together and they nominate someone who they believe deserves to have their house refurnished. And this woman named Ashley Scott Jones got the most nominations, and CJ loved her. He said he talked to her, he felt like it was well-deserved. And they did a pretty good job refurnishing her home. And actually, her mom is now saying that they're actually going to have Thanksgiving at her place now.
Are we
because
invited?
They did, especially Houston, they're cooking. But it looks great. And I actually talked to CJ, and he expressed how much it meant to him. And check it out here.
How she was and what she did in community really just proved itself when I met her in person. People were driving by, just saying hello and hi, Miss Ashley, or just showing their appreciation for her and the community it was just off the charts when I first met her. And then just her heart, her love, her compassion, she made, giving back, not only for me is a blessing to give, but also feel like I receive hope. It makes me become a lot more grateful for what God has done in my life. So I think, just today has been an ultimately great day to see her home fully change from what she remembered it being empty to being fully furnished. And I'm just so happy to be a part of this experience.
And as you can see, it's more than just football to CJ Stroud. I mean, he said that when he gives back to people in the community or just in general, it's very therapeutic. And he even though she won the grand prize, they also had runners-up. They received Texans gear, game tickets, $500 in store credit with Ashley, and he also donated $50,000 worth of furniture to other families. So it's much more to football to CJ Stroud. And fun fact, he's an interior decorating Fanatic, just like myself, which is funny because usually it's always a woman thing, not a guy thing. Like, are you interior decorating?
Not really.
So I thought it was pretty cool that he admitted that he loves interior decorating, but it was just a good story, good moment.
Awesome, and shout out to Miss Ashley. Apparently she had close to 30 nominations for this, so well deserved and well appreciated. I'm sure of that. But CJ Stroud, he is a star on the football field, so we had to talk a little bit of NFL too as well. Ed, I believe we talked to him a little bit about the 3-4 Texans.
Yeah, it wasn't all just couches, right? The Texans started the season 2-4, but pulled off a big victory over the Niners. And here's what he had to say about Houston's chances going forward now that they got a big win under their belt.
I also think we have confidence. Even when others don't think we do, just because we're not like, I think if you're playing in the NFL, you have to have a certain mental strength and capacity to understand you're not far away. You're never as bad as you are or never as good as you are. So I think, we've been able to, uplift each other, motivate, encourage one another, but I also think we've had the hard conversations. So, and we've faced, the hardest things possible so far. So we're kind of like, what's next, And I think, when you play with that type of swag and confidence, you'll be a hard team to beat. And I think we're very talented. We just got to continue to, find our identity and, continue to, move forward.
Yeah, it didn't look great for the Texans to start the year, but a victory over the Niners, Mojo, is a pretty big feat. What do you think about Texans, and what do you think about his grand gesture?
Well, hey, I want to talk about the grand gesture more than I want to talk about the Texans right now. A lot of season left, so it's easy to flip the script any which way, but I love the gesture, man. This was just a really cool thing. When you're the starting quarterback of an NFL franchise, you have an elevated platform, right? You're in a heightened position to enact change and do something very, very special here. So, there's kind of two good deeds that were done here, right? Hooking up the home is one. CJ Stroud doing this and delivering this to you is a whole other thing. It just makes everything that much sweeter.
Have Meg Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson taken their relationship to the next level? We'll try and figure it all out next on TMZ Sports.
So you like my hair, right?
Oh, I love it. I wish I could do that. Mine's falling out. And gray.
Hey, what kind of hair gel do you use? Because I just got the faux hawk, and it's like dry and up there. I need.
Yeah, you got to use like a paste. That technology is so.
It's off the chain. Yeah.
So cool.
Hey, yeah, just like that haircut is off the chain.
Oh, you like it, Lawrence?
Crazy haircut.
Do you like it?
I have one like this all my life.
I don't know what you do or what time in the morning you get up, but whatever it is time well spent, my friend. It's a work of art.
His hair is so smooth that his last name should be Babecock.
Babecock. Yeah.
That's smooth his hair is.
I love that.
Welcome back to TMZ Sports. The best part of that is when Habib then went on to say that his dad would kill him if he had the haircut that I had. But anyway, I digress. Klay Thompson and Meg Thee Stallion. We've known now for I think a couple of months that they have been an item, and they are. She's a superstar. He's a superstar. One of the biggest couples in all of sports and entertainment. And Lucas, there is reason to believe that this thing has gotten a little more serious.
Oh, yeah.
Or a lot more serious.
Absolutely, Babcock. So, this couple, in the offseason, they just kind of sprang onto the scene. All of a sudden, they're hard launching after a soft launch.
Yeah.
And they're Instagram official. They're going to each other's events, being very supportive of each other. But Meg Thee Stallion posted a photo dump this week that has a lot of people wondering, they are taking the next step. I mean, it looks like Klay's hand is over there on the left. Meg has a key around her finger on the right. And, of course, they're making a heart in front of a house. Now, we don't know the exact date of this because this is a photo dump. So for those who don't know, it's just a compilation of photos that have been recent or, over the course of a month or so. Right. And, they have documented so much of their journey together over the past few months. Wow. I am going to go out on a limb here and say I would not be surprised if there's an engagement all-star weekend. because they are moving rather
All-Star
quickly.
Weekend.
They are absolutely in love with each other. They can't get enough. She loves cooking for him. He loves being there for her. Whatever they can. I mean, this
Great-looking couple
has everything that it takes to go the distance. And yes, while this has been a bit of a fast pace, some would say, but look, who are we to say anything? I think All-Star Weekend, we could see him get on one knee.
It wouldn't shock me either, Moj. I mean, let's be honest. If they did buy a house together, or even if she has a house to his place or vice versa, that seems like a really big step. And they're like as far as couples go, she's awesome, he's awesome. I'm here for this. I love this.
I want to go back to that picture with them joining hands to make the heart and the key. I'm looking at this key, guys, and that key looks like it's kind of worn out to me. Doesn't look like a brand new, fresh cut key, so I don't know what's going on there. I mean, I don't know. I'm just putting that out there for everyone's minds to run wild with this thing. I'm all for this relationship. I could also see that maybe this becomes nauseating for people at some point. These photos, but I don't care. Keep doing what you do. Predicting the knee already, that is quite bold, but they are moving pretty quick. And when you find something you like, what's the point of waiting? So more power to them. I'm with it.
Yeah. Also, remember this about celebrity relationships. It's very possible that they could have been going out for only God knows how long before they decided to go public with it. Because once you go public, then you're linked to that person. So very possible they were seeing each other before we all had any idea. Bottom line, like we said, I think this is a couple that you could see kind of holding it down for the long haul. I hope they got the house. I hope they're getting engaged. I hope what Luca said is right. But we will see. Things look like they're going pretty smoothly thus far. So stay tuned on that. We got a bunch to talk about tomorrow. We have some Thursday Night Football, and we got a big show. We'll see you then. Bye.
I'm a lawyer.